looking for the blitz.
One, two, three,
Let's go, bring it up to the side.
and leave it out there tonight and have fun and do your job.
Farrell gets this one off. Fuller plays it at midfield. Heading towards the outside, he has an angle, and he could take this one. Foot race, see you later. Jordan Fuller.
Good snap, good hold. It's got the distance. It is good, and Wayne Hills wins it.
Child looking to throw. He's going long as Yankovic. Touchdown.
Expect to win on three. One, two, three. Expect to win.
We have reached the midpoint of the summer, which means one step closer to fall, which of course one step closer to football. Welcome to the Football Fix here on MSGVarsity.com, MSG Varsity Channel 614. I am your host, Kevin Devaney Jr. Welcome to the show. It's our fourth show here on MSG Varsity and our new Football Fix show. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in so far. A lot to get to on today's show. We're going to go up to Spring Valley and check out the Lineman Challenge. We're going to get inside the mind of Coach Rick Reichert of St. Anthony's, put a little microphone on him in our weekly Mic'd Out feature. We're going to check in with Jarrett Garantano, Bergen Catholic quarterback, one of the hottest recruits in the entire Tri-State area. We're going to go around the tour of some camps in the region, and we have a guest in our studio today, Jonathan Forrest of New Rochelle High School as the Huguenots. State champions 2 years ago. Last year, first round out in the Section 1 playoffs, looking to get back to the state tournament this year. In the Hudson Valley this season, we're going to dive into our show right there with Spring Valley. The Spring Valley Lineman Challenge held at the high school 2 weeks ago, and a great event, one of only two of its kind in the region in the Hudson Valley. Carmel hosts an annual Lineman Challenge, and Spring Valley put its own little spin on it. We caught up with some of the players and the coaches at this year's event, and we put some microphones on them, and here's what they had to say.
Let's go, big boys on three. One, two, three. Big boys.
Appreciate you guys coming to our second annual Lineman Challenge. The big guys, we don't get much love in the summer. All right, so that's why I said, you know what, I'm on this show. We're going to give some love back to the big guys who do all the hard work.
Let's go. Time to grind until it's time to dine. Let's get it.
Just like the weight room. Push it. Gotta breathe. You gotta breathe. Don't hold your breath. And listen, block out everything else. Do what you can do. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Come on. Come on.
7, 8. Stop with your heels.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Lock out. Lock out. Let's go. Lock it out. Lock it out. Take it. Yes, Elvis. Good job, Elvis. Good job, baby. We're in double figures with everybody. Everybody did good. Good job. Good job. Proud of you guys. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep encouraging each other. Keep pushing. Keep going. Guys are doing great. Look good. Look good.
Let's go sack the quarterback next event. Favors and Stanley, best D linemen here. They've been in the league for 3 years now. Let's go, Vogel. Let's go. Explode, baby. Speed, speed, speed. Let's go.
Farmer's walk over here. We got to get it up to the goal line, though. Set. Go.
Come on, Mike.
All right, next event, we got the sled push. So now we got to get the one-man sled with put the 45 and the 25 on.
How are we doing the sled? Are we pushing it first, or are we keeping it on our body?
Fire up low and stay chopping, bro. You guys choppy feet. Stand there. You stand normal.
Extend.
Down, down, down. Push. Let's go push.
Try your best to throw it like
Yeah. Like this, and then.
we got a protractor. You know what I'm saying? No,
Then pull your whole body into it. It's awkward.
All right, so Noke and Amir, you got to be on the sides, guiding it down.
Go.
Let's go. Come on.
Go back, let's go.
Let's go.
Bless you.
That's good.
Who in the end?
Come on.
Come on, boys. What?
One more.
Let's go, baby. That's it, boys. That's it, boys. Let's go. Time to eat.
The man of the day you saw there at the end, Eric Favors of North Rockland, helps North Rockland win for the second year in a row in the second annual Spring Valley Lineman Challenge. Great job there by Coach Andrew Delva, Spring Valley, running the event second year in a row. It's one that should grow each season. But as I said, Eric Favors and North Rockland completely dominate. They run away with the championship, edging their rival, New Rochelle. We're going to hear a lot about New Rochelle and North Rockland in today's show, and then over the next, 3 or 4 months as we get into the football season. But Eric Favors, the biggest name as lineman in Section 1 football, dominates the day, wins 3 of the championships, and we hear from him about the teams winning the title.
When I see you guys, it seems like there's other teams here, but it's you and New Rochelle. Does it feel like that sometimes?
Yeah, it happens, but you never know. Just always grind out. Whoever works harder in the end always wins. So, yeah.
And tell me about these events for you personally, and just coming stuff like this. These combine stuff really seems to suit you personally.
Yeah, I don't know. All the running at night, everything. Just coming here and the competition, feel good. So, doing good.
And how does this event like this kind of bring you guys as a team together?
Big. So we've been working out in the winter, and this is basically like payday, I guess. All the hard work in the winter, morning workouts, everything.
So Eric Favors, as I said, lineman of the day at the Spring Valley Lineman Challenge, and he's the most menacing presence, I believe, in Section 1 football and really in the Hudson Valley. Only 5'9", but the word specimen really defines him as an athlete. He's a shot putter, and he's getting SEC offers. A lot of SEC schools, including Tennessee, LSU, Alabama, have been to the house to recruit him. Division I shot putter, but he has another season left in high school football. And as I said, I wanted to give these guys a shout out from North Rockland. It was Luke Ladini, Stanley Johnson, Anthony Imperato, Mike Vogel, James Gerbeth, Sam Samaj, Peter Zetchin, Mike Zetchin, Brian Zumba, and of course Eric Favors as North Rockland dominates. And North Rockland, interesting season coming up. Every year they have the linemen to compete with the top teams in Section 1. They won that Section 1 championship under Coach Tom Lynch in his first season as the head coach, moving from defensive coordinator to head coach in 2011 after having their first losing season in what felt like forever in 2010. They've lost, though, in the Section 1 championship the last 2 seasons, lost in 2012 to eventual state champions New Rochelle, and in 2013 lost to White Plains. I guess you can call that an upset in last year's Section 1 final. 7-win seasons, but no titles to show, which is really how North Rockland measures the success that they have as a football program. Some other notes from the Lineman Challenge. There were 6 teams there. Ramapo, I thought, very impressive for them to have, coming off a tough season last year, losing the coach, but Coach Kevin Bullock comes in. He inherits really the biggest line at the Lineman Challenge. And Nanuet, Class B Nanuet, bringing back one of the best combo tackles, offensive linemen that they have in Section 1 in Jordan Landsman and Brian Syracuse, both going to be juniors this season. Watch out for Nanuet as we head into the fall this season in Class B. You can find out more about Nanuet, North Rockland, all teams in Section 1. Go to our Going Camping feature on MSGVarsity.com. We check in articles, videos, photos from summer football camps from around the region. You can find them all online. We'll be adding to them throughout the summer as we get closer to August 18th, the first day of full practices for teams in the Hudson Valley and really in New York State. We were out at camp this past week, on Monday we were out at the New Rochelle Champions Camp, a little bit lesser than teams in the years past, really just at camp to start the week. It was Eastchester, as you see right there, New Rochelle, the host, and Mount Vernon. Possibly Nyack going to join later in the week, and Sleepy Hollow is going to be scrimmaging as well. And you have camps at John Jay Cross River, and you have camps at Yorktown High School, and follow MSGVarsity.com. You can follow me on Twitter at MSGVarsityKDJ for the latest action in high school football as we enter the final week of the summer before the calm before the storm. We take a couple weeks off and we get ready for August 18th, the first day of high school football in New York. Now in New Jersey, some awful news to report. 2 players on the Randolph football team were killed in a car accident on Saturday afternoon, a 1-car accident. The players being Jack Timmerman and Calvin Viduga, and they were passengers backseat in the car that careened off the road, flipped over, and the 2 young men, best of friends, 2 guys, they're actually coming back from a weightlifting session in town to get ready for the football season. Both were vying for starting spots on Randolph's defense. Jack Timmerman, and Calvin Verduga pass away far too early. Welcome to the Football Fix. I'm your... Come on, man. Seriously again?
Looking for the blitz.
Some football news and notes from around the tri-state. In Connecticut, the SEAC, the state commission, is changing their playoff format for 2015. 3 rounds, 4 divisions instead of 3 divisions like in years past. New Canaan wide receiver Alex LaPolice commits to play at Harvard. How many guys in that state championship team from last year, New Canaan, going to go play in college? LaPolice joins the fray. And Hopewell Valley linebacker Drew Wiley, he's headed to Villanova, the New Jersey Star linebacker, going to play 1A football.
Inside the 15. They call for 2-1. Forrest still on his feet. Bouncing his way for the touchdown.
One of the best individual performances that I saw last year was right there. Jonathan Forrest taking over the game for New Rochelle at running back, especially the fourth quarter as they came back to knock off White Plains in the regular season. Now, White Plains went on to win the Section 1 championship, but that loss still bothers them, losing to the rival New Rochelle. And the guy really most responsible for that game joins us now in our studio. And Johnny Forrest, when you look back on that game, that White Plains game, I know your season didn't end with the championship, but how good did that one feel?
You know, it felt great. It was really a bounce back win for us. We were going into the game like we were just really looking forward to it. We really wanted to get the win, and in the end, we got the job done.
Well, thanks for joining us today. Now you're getting ready for your senior season. I know you've been on this is your 3rd year on varsity, and tell me first from a recruiting standpoint, where are things right now? I said, have you been out? Have you been to combines? And you kind of gave me a look like, what are you, crazy? It's all I've been doing. How has the summer been for you?
Yeah, it's been kind of crazy. Over the past 2 months, I've been to a bunch of college camps. Right now, I have 3 offers from Army, Buffalo, and Monmouth, and to a bunch of AA and single A's showing interest. So it's been going pretty well.
What have the coaches been telling you? They like you as a running back, and what have they said about your skill set and how you project at the next level?
Yeah, definitely. They've been telling me they like me as a running back. They see me more as a power runner, like an every down back because of my thicker lower half.
And obviously last year, the game tape, as you saw right there, I think the best thing I could say about you as a player is your speed in small spaces. You're able to kind of avoid tackles and stuff. When you look back on last year, do you watch some of the plays and say, it's not that bad?
Sometimes I look at it and, I say that, but, something I really do work on is my quick feet and my transition within small spaces. So I really think that helped me throughout the season.
Take me back to 2 years ago. You're a youngster, you're a sophomore on a team that had high expectations. You win the section championship, you go into the state tournament. Next thing you know, you're in the Carrier Dome winning a state title. What was that whole run for you like? What was the experience like? What did you learn?
It was crazy, but the main thing that I really thought that I learned was that anything is possible. During the regular season, we weren't putting up as many points offensively as we would have liked, but as the postseason came, we really had a goal for that state championship, and we really pushed through the postseason, and we did very well, and we were putting up a lot of points.
And we're watching the highlights of the game against Shaker in the state semifinals. Now we're watching the state final game. That game against Shaker, can you imagine anything like that when you look back on that game and how crazy that game was?
Yeah, that definitely had to be one of the many crazy games that I've played in as a New Rochelle Huguenot, coming down to the last second. Joe making those clutch plays with Pop throwing the ball to him, it was really crazy. It was great.
And Cleleni went on to make some bigger plays during his basketball career, as we well know at New Rochelle. Yeah. What do you have in store for your senior season? What kind of legacy are you hoping to leave as a senior at New Rochelle?
Right now, I'm really just looking forward to the first game against Clarkstown North. I'm just want to get better day by day in practice, and just become a better leader for my team, and just hopefully in the end lead us to a state championship. But that's really not the goal right now. We're just focused on taking everything day by day, practice by practice, and just getting better as the season goes on.
Now, earlier in the show, I said about North Rockland winning back-to-back Lineman Challenge championships. That's not true. New Rochelle won last year, and you have a lot of those guys back. Some of the linemen, a lot of youngsters are kind of coming through. How good is this offensive line heading into the season?
I really think we could be very good down there. Basically, our whole offensive line and even defensive line is returning. So I think that's going to be a great thing for us going forward with the experience down there.
And Corey Holder, one of those guys, and Jasper Baskerville is another one. Demetrius Rodriguez, a lot of talent up front, and then they've, again, they don't strike you in terms of size when you look at them, but just athleticism that you have up front.
Yeah, I definitely think at Neuro here we don't always get the biggest guys, but we're very athletic and we're very fast, and that's the way that we beat guys, with our athleticism and with our speed. And
you need those guys making big holes for you up front. And let's take a look at the schedule for New Rochelle for 2014. Like you said, week 1, you have a tough one off the bat there with Clarkstown North. The program has been down the last couple of years, but it's coming on. But then you look at week 3 and week 4, John Jay's Fishkill and North Rockland. How important is it to get through those first 2 games and kind of be in good position health-wise for weeks 3 and 4?
We're really just going to the season. We really just want to take it one game at a time and everything. But that's the core of our schedule. It's the middle of our schedule. But it's great to have those games at home, and even going down to where Scarsdale is, it's great to have that game at home also. But really, it's just taking everything game by game, day by day, practice by practice, and just getting better as the season goes on.
Now, Johnny, I know you have Champions Camp this week at New Rochelle High School. Then do you get any sort of break? Does Coach D'Arienzo give you any sort of reprieve here in the summer?
Not really. We're always going full force in practice.
So you excited just kind of around the summer, get ready for football?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely excited for my senior season, my last season as a high school football player, so I'm very excited.
All right, Jonathan Forrest, thanks for joining us. Running back, linebacker, New Rochelle High School. Good luck with the season, good luck with college, and we'll catch up with you very soon.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So Jonathan Forrest, he said he has the 3 offers. He has a ton of high-level Division I interest as he enters his senior season at New Rochelle High School. And speaking of high Division I interest, there's another guy. Northern Jersey, it's known for their factories of football talent and basketball as well. But a name that's really come up strong late last season was Jarrett Garantano, taking over at quarterback for Bergen Catholic. Through the summer now, his name is far exceeded than anything that anyone could have imagined. Now he enters his junior season as a starting quarterback. Big target on his back for a guy that few people even knew about last season. We caught up with Jarrett Garantano and talked about his future at Bergen Catholic and beyond. Let's go.
His arm strength, yeah, he's probably the hardest passer I've ever had to catch from.
Well, the first thing, he's about as gifted an athlete as you could find, really probably in the country. He's 6'3", he's 195 pounds. He probably runs in the 4.5.
I describe him as just a perfect package.
Jarrett Garantano. If you don't know the name, trust me, you will. After finishing the last 4 games of 2013 as Bergen Catholic's starting quarterback, the offense is now Garantano's full-time responsibility entering this fall. His size, speed, and skill set has college coaches buzzing, and Division I offers from schools like Rutgers, Michigan State, and Ohio State rolling in by the day.
Just taking it day by day, just trying not to think about it really. It's a big part of my life now, just thinking about recruitment and just thinking about where I'm going to go to college, but just trying to keep my mind off of it really, just so I can focus on this season.
He has the physical ability to be a great player in the pocket as well as out of the pocket. He's a really tremendous runner. He's really a big threat with the ball in his hands on the perimeter. But he's a really great traditional quarterback from a talent standpoint. So I think that those are definite strengths.
He's great. He's the whole package. He's what we need. He's going to help our team a lot, and he's going to get what he has to get done.
With all the hype surrounding Garantano, many are expecting this to be his breakout year. There have been great quarterbacks in Bergen Catholic history, most recently Tanner McAvoy and John Germano. Although Jarrett isn't worried about being that next quarterback in Crusader country, he's focused on leading his team to winning ball games. Still, you can't help but notice that there's just something special about the junior signal caller.
I think he really envisions himself as a great pocket passer, but he has the athleticism to be that dual threat. He's probably athletically, of the guys I've coached, probably the most like Tanner McAvoy. And the difference is he has a lifetime of playing quarterback under his belt. We had Tanner for 1 year. Maybe more similar to Matt LaVecchio, and if he turns out to be anything like either of those guys, then we're going to win a lot of football games because they were great players.
I'm just hoping for a chance to just provide for my team and be the leader that I can be or should be for the team, and just being able to win games. That's all that matters. I don't care about any stats or just that's really about it to me.
So what's most impressive about Jarrett Garantano? He's humble. Despite all the recruitment and national attention that he's earned over the last few months, he's determined to bring Bergen Catholic back to New Jersey football supremacy.
He keeps it completely separate from each other. He needs to do what he gets done for college, but when it's practice, it's team. It's all team. That's what he does.
Well, I just feel maturity has been a big factor for me, just being able to lead the team, be more of me closer with the team, just for them to know that I'm one of them and I'm out here just competing for a spot still, even at this sense, competing to be the best.
Well, I think that's inherent in the game. He's a young kid with great expectations, got a lot of scholarship offers. He's got a lot of hype behind him, and I know that he wants to prove to everybody that they're not wrong about those expectations, and I'm certain he'll do that. The work he's put in the weight room and on the field throwing over the last 8 or 9 months, he's really made great strides.
A losing record at Bergen Catholic isn't something you see very often. And with last year's 2-7 mark still in the back of their minds, Coach Nunzio Campanelli sees his team getting better every day, determined to turn things around in 2014.
I think our kids have been really humbled by what we went through last year, especially from a record standpoint, and you see that, how close every game is, and every little play matters. So every rep in practice matters too, and I think that they really understand how urgent it is to get better every day, and I think that that's what we're looking for out of these guys.
This fall, take the field with the leader in high school sports when MSG Varsity Football returns. Go to MSGVarsity.com for all the hard-hitting action, game-breaking playmakers, high school powerhouses, and biggest rivalries. MSG Varsity Football returns this September at your home for high school sports. On air at MSG Varsity Channel 614 and online at MSGVarsity.com. Only on Optimum.
Looking for the blitz.
What if we all wore different colored Crocs? What if you had orange Crocs, I had pink Crocs?
I thought you were going to wear your red shoes. I can't believe you're
They're gone. I don't have any more. We're not doing them.
For the coin toss.
The man talking about the Crocs is Ocean Township coach Don Klein. We put a microphone on him as he coached the Monmouth County squad in the All-Star Classic earlier this month. Very funny guy, interesting guy, and we got into his head as he coached an All-Star game. A little bit of a different feel for coaches over the summer circuit. Very much more laid back than he'd be, I'm sure, during one of Ocean Township's regular season games. We are 5 weeks away from the opening weekend of high school football in the tri-state area, and 5 weeks to go. We're going to profile 5 players from around the tri-state area in our 5 regions. A lot of 5s, a lot of great talent. We kick it off in Long Island with our own MSG Varsity reporter, Dylan Butler.
From Long Island, I'm Dylan Butler. When you look at his 6'5", 215-pound frame, the first thing you think is pocket passer. Well, in actuality, that's just part of Tyler Davis's repertoire. He also can run. He rushed for 21 touchdowns last year, throwing for 6 other scores, leading Mepham to a near upset of perennial powerhouse Garden City in the Nassau II playoffs. This year, Mepham, thanks in part to Davis, earned their highest preseason seed ever at number 5, and Davis is already committed to UConn. He's the first Division 1A athlete out of Mepham since famous Amos Zaraway in 1995. Zaraway, of course, went on to play at West Virginia. He was a 2-time Thorpe winner, and then he went on to a 7-year NFL career. Is the NFL in Davis's future? Well, that's still a few years away, but one thing is certain, he's one of the top 5 players on Long Island this year.
In Connecticut, I'm John Malone. One of the most explosive running backs from 2013 returns for his senior season at defending Class S champion St. Joseph. In an offense that could have been an air attack all the time, Mufasa Abdul-Basir forced St. Joe's to hand him the ball. As a junior, he rushed for nearly 10 yards per carry while racking up 2,481 yards and a staggering 30 touchdowns. With the graduation of quarterback Jordan Fasano, the Cadets might rely even more on the talented running back in 2014.
Mufasa Abdul-Basir, breakaway speed to the outside.
I'm Greg Lerner in the Shore Conference. One area often overlooked on the field is special teams, but that's certainly not the case at Manalapan. The Braves will undergo a significant overhaul due to graduation and must address a number of areas of concern. However, the kicking game won't be one of them. That's because of Mike Caggiano. His booming kickoffs resulted in 40 touchbacks, while his accuracy and length generally put Manalapan in scoring position anytime they breached his range. As a junior, Caggiano nailed 57 of 60 extra points and was 50% on field goals, including a season long of 32 yards.
Mike Kinney,
North Jersey. With the hardworking Steven Gonzalez leading the push, the Union City program has definitely turned the corner toward a more respected and feared reputation. The Soaring Eagles have won 15 games over the last 2 seasons, and they reached the North Jersey Section 1 Group 5 semifinals in 2013. The 6'5", 320-pound Gonzalez has played tackle, but his quick feet and his precise pulling ability will likely have him lining up at guard at Penn State in the near future. The 4-year standout was credited with 69 pancake blocks last year, while also helping the Soaring Eagles at defensive tackle.
In New York, I'm Elio Velez. Lincoln has done a great job the last few years, winning 2 of the 3 PSAL championships and produced a number of Division I players. Another player this year that could be a Division I player, and most likely will be, is Deontay Fleming. Deontay Fleming is a middle linebacker, outside linebacker, who has the size and speed, 6'2", 135 pounds, and who emerged last season to become a fixture in that rail splitters defense, lining alongside Thomas Holly, who went to Florida University. Fleming should be a major part of Sean O'Connor's defense this year, especially as they try to repeat as PSAL champions. If he emerges, he should get even more offers, and if Lincoln can get their defense rolling like they did last year, Fleming and Lincoln could be once again going to Yankee Stadium and could be PSAL champions.
Now, my guy from the Hudson Valley is Corey Holder. You remember earlier in the show from Norrish High School, Jonathan Forrest. Here's the guy who opens the holes for Jonathan Forrest, the 6'3", 220-pound Corey Holder, a 3-year starter on the offensive line and defensive line for the Huguenots. Won a state championship as a sophomore, returned last year and just developed his game even more. Now enters his senior season, 2014, a Division I prospect and one of the most versatile two-way players in the Hudson Valley and one of the best in the entire tri-state area. So Corey Holder, Jonathan Forrest, going to give New Rochelle a lot to be excited about entering 2014. Out in Long Island, you know, year after year, you hear so much about the Catholic League and who the best team in the Catholic League is. It's consistently been St. Anthony's. And the man who's been steering that ship has been Rich Reichert. And we put a microphone on Rich Reichert recently at a 7-on-7 showcase and got into the mind of a guy who's usually pretty serious and find out his funny side.
Kevin Lyons, Kev, you see what he's doing? Every time, if you line up outside, he runs inside, right? If you line up inside, he runs outside. So just know that. Good route, Danny.
Here we go, Danny.
Like, did I go out of my?
That's a good route right there. That's the one.
That's when he closed out. That's good though. See, close it out.
That's
all ball.
That's good job, Danny.
See how he's maintaining discipline and leverage?
Yeah.
Chasing you.
Yeah. That's a good job, Danny. That's a good angle.
Outside shoulder. Run, Randy. Break down. Run to him. Run to him. Run to him.
Good. I didn't see that. Hey, Josh. You just made the book.
That guy was separated from you. Yeah. You were smart to turn around and the side.
So what'd you do? Stay at post?
Now if he throws the ball, it's underneath you. You put down on it. Okay?
If you were coming back hurt, you were dead.
I know.
You were dead.
I know.
Look, I actually put a note in here. Danny Jones, knee breaker.
Thanks.
More than an ankle.
A knee breaker. What is this? The new look?
No, because I have a
because you got no arms.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what it is. You got no arms.
It's true. I mean,
I got feet though.
He's just trying to get the tank, coach. Trying to get.
Huh?
Do I have a note in there?
There's a note on everybody. You guys are doing. You're getting better as we're going along here. We're starting to figure it out.
You got no arms, as Coach Rich Reichert says to St. Anthony's. And you saw the little black book that he carries around, keeps it as notes. We're going to hear from the players on next week's show about what's in that book and what it means to get into that book and why it's so important to Coach Rich Reichert and success at St. Anthony's program as we now enter the final month of the summer as we get closer to St. Anthony's, the team to beat once again in the CHSFL. As we said, getting closer to the season, getting closer to the resuming our regular shows here on MSGVarsity.com. A lot of Mike Quick Hits, his weekly football show. He goes around the entire tri-state, does a region-by-region show. He's going to put a face on it each week on Thursdays, making his picks entering each week's shows, his top 25 poll, counting down the top teams in the entire tri-state, and a small school top 15, one of the great new features they added in the last couple of years at MSGVarsity.com. Those shows resume September 2nd as we get ready for Friday Night Football on September 5th. Excited, less than a month to go. Thanks for watching The Football Fix. We'll see you next week.